Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am not here with Kiki Sparkles. She is sitting this one out. We're going to talk about Madam Web. We're going to talk about the drop-off. It had a massive drop-off in its second weekend. It was down 60%, but good news, it's not the worst drop-off ever for a superhero movie. That honor, I believe, belongs to the Marvels. We'll talk about this. Of course, Madam Web did not make as much as the Marvels, so that could be part of it, but it's not doing good, guys. It's down to number 5. It's in 5th place. In its second week, it's made $35 million total, and this movie was like $120 million to make. So yeah, it's a money-losing venture, right? We're gonna talk about this. Maybe they should have just gone all Spider-Woman on it. You know, that very famous image of Spider-Woman with her ass kind of up in the air. Maybe if they'd done that, it would have made more money. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's not looking good. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about Dakota Johnson's unhinged press tour. They think that she actually hurt the box office by opening her mouth, I guess. I don't know. I think there are a lot of things that hurt the box office of this movie, namely the movie being complete and utter shit. That certainly hurt the box office for Madam Web. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you go out to iTunes or you go out to Spotify or go out to Amazon Music or wherever it is you listen to podcasts, we've got multiple podcasts you can listen to. We have an audio version of Clownfish TV if you want to take us on the go. No pictures, just audio. And we also have Clownfish Gaming News Under 10. And we're bringing back Derezzed, which is our pop culture interview podcast series. We're going to throw some paranormal in there too, just to mix it up a little bit. That's going to be relaunching here in another week or two. So make sure you're subscribed for that. And we greatly appreciate the support. All right, so let's go out to, where is this? Comic Book Resources, CBR. They dropped the comic book from their URL. It's just CBR now because nobody cares about comic books. Madam Web sees big drop off its second weekend box office, but there's a bright side. There is a bright side, according to Jeremy Dick. The bright side is it's not the biggest, worst drop off ever. There's a small slice of good news for the film, he says. It's looking at a drop-off to the tune of 64% compared to its premiere weekend in theaters. The film is going to drop from number 2 to number 4. It's actually at number 5 now. By pulling in an estimated $5 million for the weekend. $5 million for the weekend. That is it. That's all Madam Web made. It previously opened to $15.3 million. At this rate, Madam Web is on track to reach $35 million with its domestic total by Sunday. And with international box office numbers, it will be sitting at around $60 million, given that the film's budget was over $100 million, and considering additional marketing costs, Madam Web appears to be a major money loser for Sony. It's not making them any money, guys. There's a bright side, though. While its second weekend in theaters saw a big drop, it's still not the worst that's ever been seen in recent months from a big budget comic book movie. The Marvels, which is part of the MCU, had seen a 78% decline with its second weekend. Sony's Spider-Man Universe itself has also seen a bigger drop with Morbius. Morbius dropped to 74%. But again, both of those movies made more money opening weekend. Madam Web's been hit with bad reviews. What's worse for Madam Web is the critical response. It has become the lowest rated movie of any of Sony's Spider-Man films on Rotten Tomatoes. It's even worse than Morbius. Did anybody think this movie was going to be any good? I mean, seriously, did you see the trailer? I mean, even the concept. Like, who the hell wants a Madam Web movie? Nobody was asking for this. Currently sits with the score of 13%, lower than Morbius. It's only 2% higher than Batman and Robin, but I could actually sit through Batman and Robin again. Just because it's so bad, it's good. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible movie, but it's so bad, it's good. The film does have a comparatively much better number with the audience score. It's mixed at 56%. So that's winning, guys. Having a 56% audience score. is winning. Oh, God. For what it's worth, working on the movie was a remarkable experience for Dakota Johnson. She spoke with CBR about how exciting it was to portray a live-action incarnation of a Marvel character for the movie. I love that her superpower is her mind, and it was such a great experience to bring it all to life. Yeah, well, here's the thing. People are saying that she needed to stop talking, I guess. They said on the New York Post that her unhinged press tour had a negative effect on Madam Web's box office. It said the film's implosion comes after its star, Johnson, often appeared notably disinterested and dismissive of the movie and the superhero genre in general during a promotional tour. Fans of Johnson are familiar with the 50 Shades of Grey star expressing her trademark candor and dry sense of humor during interviews, including her famously awkward exchange with Ellen DeGeneres on the host now defunct talk show. Yeah, that was weird. So, maybe she would have been better off. She would have been more comfortable with her ass up in the air like Spider-Woman. They should have just done that as a movie, put that on the poster. At least then, it's like, hey, starring the lady from 50 Shades of Grey. It's Spider-Woman. Since kicking off the press tour for Madam Web, Johnson has garnered attention for her blunt remarks about the film. She said she actually hadn't seen the film. The actress adds she tends to sneak out the back door to movie premieres and go have dinner. I don't blame her for that. I think it's kind of weird to sit through your own movie. I know a lot of stars don't want to. For them, it's like a job. You do it and then you walk away from it and you hope it does okay, but you don't know how it's going to go. But the one I saw and I thought was funny, I think she was messing with people, but they were asking her if she could name the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And she couldn't, so she was just like making it up, like, Spider-Man the first one, and then Spider-Man the second one, and then Spider-Man and the Goblet of Fire or something. I was like, what the hell? Oh my God. Yeah, she wants to make sure she doesn't have an existential crisis by watching herself act. So much to unpack in that statement, but that does sound like her. It does. Yeah, so apparently I don't know if she gets along with her co-stars or not. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, she didn't really do the film any favors. They said she seemed very bored during most of the press junket. Like I said, I just saw a couple interviews with her, and I thought she was just messing with people. I thought it was kind of funny, but she just seemed like, she wanted to be anywhere but there, and I'm sure she was contractually obligated. I think she knew the movie was going to be dog shit. I mean, you can't tell me you didn't know this movie was going to be dog shit as you're working on it, unless you're like Ed Wood or something. You think everything you film is a freaking masterpiece. But she wasn't even interested. When your stars aren't interested in the movie that they're in, it's pretty bad. Forbes saying that the Madam Web box office is so bad that the Spider-Man universe, the Sony Spider-Man universe, could be put in jeopardy. We know what happened at Amazon, right? They had the Silk TV show, and apparently when this movie opened so low, they freaking fired everybody, and they were going to start over again. They're like, yeah, we need to have more guys. More guys need to watch this. Again, Spider-Woman, ass in the air. You get more asses in the seat. That's what you got to do. But, whatever. What do I know? But yeah, so they're saying that this could be it for the Spider-Man universe. I don't even understand why they think there needs to be a Spider-Man universe without Peter Parker. Oh, wait, you get to the bottom of the article and it's all about making sure Miles Morales can come in now. That's what they're talking about. They're like the next attempt is going to bring the popular Miles Morales to the live action Spider-Man universe, the Sony Spider-Man universe. And the main question seems to be whether it's within an entirely new or ambiguous previous version of Peter Parker's Spider-Man world. Be it the early 2000s Spider-Man film, The Amazing or whatever, or directly within the MCU Spider-Man's world. The implications matter because it means one of the live-action Peter Parkers will die and pass the mantle to Miles. Or they'll simply have a new masked version of Spidey die and reveal his identity as Peter Parker without showing his face. Yeah, so they're basically talking that plan B is to bring Miles Morales into it. But, from a box office point of view, it makes sense. I know a lot of people start to groan when you talk Miles Morales, but they're going to look, Sony is going to look at the Spider-Verse movies and they're going to be like, oh, they made money. Yeah, if we can't have Peter Parker because of the MCU thing, we'll do Miles Morales. We'll bring Miles Morales in. You know, when I watch it be like, this is actually the Miles Morales Spider-Man universe. But they said that they could just create a whole new Spider-Man for the live action Sony universe and kill him off within the primary story about Miles becoming the new Spider-Man and not even mention that he's Peter Parker. I think there's probably something in the contract that they can't mention Peter Parker at all in these movies because of the MCU deal, because they danced around it apparently in Madam Web. They have Peter's parents, Peter's born, but you can't mention Peter Parker by name. So they could do that. They could be like, oh yeah, we'll just have Spider-Man show up or a Spider-Person show up. We'll kill him off, and then it's Miles Morales. Are they going to call him Miles Morales in the movies? Because maybe they can't call him Spider-Man, so maybe they'll just call him Miles Morales. It's like Miles Morales is a Spider-Person, but we just call him Miles Morales, right? So this whole article is about why they need to bring Miles into the Sony Spider-Man universe. Oh my God. This is just like fanboy speculation. This is Forbes. Remember when Forbes was all about money? God, that's bad. Globally, Madam Web Driveway Dolls spin out. Let's see what Madam Web did globally. So Madam Web continues to spin out of control. The female-led superhero pick grossed a mere $5.6 million from 4,000 theaters in its sophomore outing. Possibly only good enough for a 5th place finish. The news is just as bad overseas, where the film has earned $42 million for a worldwide gross of $87.3 million. Yeah, the latest Demon Slayer movie did $11.7 million from half as many locations. So it's not good. It's not good, guys. Definitely is not good. So there we go. Madam Web, total failure. Absolute miserable failure. But good news, you might get Miles Morales out of it, I guess, if you like Miles Morales. I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.